Alright, so we're back with another updated mekk-Knight Invoked deck, because this is like my favorite deck right now, and I am really testing it to make sure I get like an optimal build, essentially. So, without further ado, we'll get into this. So first of all, we are absolutely playing 3 Purple Nightfall, because he dodges stuff, he comes back, he's the biggest of the mekk-Knights. He just kind of does everything you want. Even if he gets negated, he can do his effect on the opponent's turn as well, so I don't... Like, the mekk-Knight ratios, I think I have them, like, perfect. 2 Indigo, because, if the first gets, like, DD Crowed or something, having the second to search, and also having a second to search off of Blue Sky if you have to summon into a column with 2 cards your opponent controls. Because Blue Sky has to add the exact number, not up to different mekk-Knights from deck that the opponent has in the same column as him. So if you summon and there's 2 cards the opponent controls, and you only have a purple to search, you can't search anything. So having the second actually does matter. Unfortunately, the rest of the mekk-Knights either are too situational, not good right now, or they fight for our normal summon, which is important because Alistair is our normal summon of choice. We're playing mekk-Knight Invoked, so I don't know what you expected. We're also playing 3 Keshtir Offender because good card is good. He's also just a free monster discard for Mekaba's Negate. Yeah, this guy does everything. And we're a blind second deck, so the removal on attack decoration is also very strong if they just decide not to use any monster effects. For hand traps, we've got 3 Ash and 3 Droll. I've gone back and forth on Veiler versus Imperm. I think Imperm is better overall. Droll is just really good when he actually goes off, and Ash is Ash, so... Yeah, monsters, I believe there are 19 in total. I feel like the monster lineup is, like, perfect, so... for spells, we've got 3 Meltdown, because getting to Alistair and also protecting our fusion summon effects is very good. We're also playing 3 Super Poly because Alistair can fuse with anything, and also just a lot of other mono-type, mono-attribute decks. Super Poly is just stupid card is stupid. We play 2 Invocation. This card's kind of a brick by itself. Yeah, no, 3 is too much, 1 is not enough. So having 2 is just like that sweet spot. For the Go Second board-breaking cards, we've got double Triple Tactics Talent, double Lightning Storm, and double Droplet. I'm still kind of figuring out this ratio. If I had access to more than 1 Triple Tactics Thrust, this might be a little different. But so far I like the 2-2-2 ratio. Because, like, opening multiple Droplet is kind of awkward. Like, they're all hard once per turn, so, like, even if I had, even if Lightning Storm wasn't at 2, I don't know that I would actually run a third, at least in the main deck. But Lightning Storm's also the only thing we have that can clear out back row. So against Rescue Ace, it is, like, the ideal opener, so format-dependent Lightning Storm is probably a lot better. I wish I was actually playing it at the regional in the main deck, because there's never really a good way for me to side it in. Because I always sided, if I won game 1, I always sided as though I would be going second. So, like, there would be no good way to bring in Lightning Storm if I was expecting to go first. So, triple tag is technically good going first or second if you get hand trapped, so... for one of those, we've got Instant Fusion for Thousand Eyes, Raijin, and, if I really need it, Mud Dragon. We've got the Called by the Grave, stops hand traps. It also fucks with Tear Element, which is definitely something I wish I had at the regional last month. We've got the Triple Tactics Thrust. Usually I actually end up getting Instant Fusion off of this, because it's just like a crazy good extender, assuming that I'm, like, not already committed to my, plays, and, getting it evenly matched wouldn't be beneficial. And then also for the last spell, we have World Legacy Succession, just to search off of Morningstar. It's a monster reborn, as long as we have a linked zone. So that's all the spells. Spells probably the main sort of trouble spot, I would say, with the deck. I'm still kind of figuring out the spell lineup. Mostly just because, like, format-dependent things, as well as just, like, things I can't afford to get right now. Like, having more thrust would be really good, as an example. For traps, though, we've got 3 Imperm, 3 Evenly, and the 1 Secret. I have not had any issues with these. These are all really good cards. Secret is crazy good. There's not really much to say here that hasn't been said millions of times before, so we're just gonna leave it at that. For the extra deck, we got Thousand Eyes Restrict for instant fusion. I'm mainly going with Thousand Eyes over Millennium Eyes Restrict, because Millennium Eyes seems better as a go first card. It's not able to break boards as easily. It's more of a disruption card, while Thousand Eyes is just, I'm going to eat your biggest monster and there's nothing you can do about it. And then, like, with Succession, I can bring him back, and he is a floodgate. Like, while he's out, no one can attack or change battle positions except for himself. So there are situations where he can come back from the grave, and at that point, it's just like, how do I out Thousand Eyes? What year is this? Like, it definitely throws people off, because, like, they're not expecting to play against an actual Thousand Eyes. We've got the one Mud Dragon, Invoked Raijin. He is both an instant fusion target, and he also lets me super poly Floowandereeze with Alistair out. Mostly just nice to be able to get rid of their the Mist Valley Apex Avian, that's what it is. I also feel like there's other, like, big wind, like Apollosa's wind, I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong on it. It's been a minute since I checked her. She's either wind or light. But regardless, with Raijin and Mekaba, I can Super Holly and Apollosa, which is, like, hilarious. And then, like, if she's trying to negate Alistair's search effect, she has to reduce her attack, so if I fuse her away, she can't reduce her attack anymore, so the negate doesn't go, which I think is hilarious. We got the one Garura, again, Super Holly, broken card is broken. Invoked Purgatrio. Purgatrio actually surprised me with how much he can just OTK, because, like, Tearlament, they can just throw down a shit ton of monsters, and, like, they might stop you from being able to combo. If you just summon Purgatrio and, like, boost him with an Alistair, they can't really do anything if their field's already full. So it's just like, here's a 35, 4,500 guy that hits all your monsters and does piercing damage, bop, 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 and they're dead. And if that doesn't kill them somehow, you usually can put at least 1 or 2 other monsters out. So, yeah, Purgatrio is actually, like, crazy powerful. Agoides lets me fuse Alistair with any fusion. Also, I can Invocation and banish a fusion from either grave, because it is still an invoked monster. Agoides also is removal, and it can boost itself if you have a fusion in grave still. So, if the game goes on long enough, Agoides actually is really clutch at just closing the game out, or at least getting to, like, a life point lead so that you don't just lose in time. We got the one Starving Venom. I'm conflicted on Starving Venom. The attack gain is really good, the board wipe is really good. So, like, in theory, he should be good for ending games, or for just breaking a board. But I feel like Dragostapelia is a slightly better card, because it's any dark plus any fusion, so the materials are a little more flexible than just 2 dark monsters on the field. And his effect being a quick effect that stops activated abilities of monsters with predator counters. Excuse me. That also seems a lot better, but I'm not really sure. Like, the super high targets are very difficult, I would say, to nail down. Like, right now, maybe Starving Venom is better, but then, like, next month, we get a ban list or something, and Dragostapelia is better. I don't know. So, I had been playing Dragostapelia previously. I am going to try out Serving Venom. I think it might be a little bit better. I'll have to see, though. For the last two fusions, though, we have double Mekaba, because why would I not play Mekaba? Something else I'm a little unsure of, but I have a spot open, is Super Star Slayer Typhon Sky Crisis. Being able to just make this with, like, an Alistair, if he gets negated and I have no other plays, is actually kind of good. The bounce is nice. It also potentially stops Pearly from being able to use their big guys to bounce stuff, which is nice. Unchained Abomination can't. The Link 4 can't do anything. I feel like this does a lot against a lot of decks, which is like the main reason I wanted to include it. I haven't actually tried the card out yet, though, so I'm not sure how good this is in practice. Just on paper, it seems really good. So we'll see if he proves himself. For the rest of the extra deck, we've got 5 links. 2 Artemis. I always find myself winning the second one, so I haven't had any issues with running 2 of her lately. No complaints for that. I think basically the deck kind of feels like link summoning is almost a trap sometimes, like in terms of like the non-necessary links. So I've really cut it down to 5 of what I consider the most important links. So then we got the SP Little Knight. If you don't have Little Knight, Nightmare Unicorn is a good second, a replacement. That's what I was using before I got her, along with Masquerena. So I took out Masquerena for the Sky Crisis, so you could run Masquerena plus Unicorn in place of those two if you don't have them. Little Knight, though, there was on Monday, last Monday, at locals, I stuck Little Knight on the board, and she actually stayed in play for 6 turns, which just in a simplified game state, the opponent just could not get over her. I took a couple bits of damage now and then, but I kept them off of being able to make a proper play. They couldn't push, and Little Knight is just stupid, crazy good. And then the last 2 cards are double Morningstar. Again, the second one comes up so much, especially if it's basically you go second, you go from Artemis into Morningstar, and then if your board gets broken, you need to remake your board. So you can use the second Artemis for another Mekaba play, and then you can make the second Morningstar, and it lets you kind of just fix your columns, because you can go, okay, here's this special a mekk-Knight, and then link summon here, special again, and you still have the mekk-Knight. A lot of, it sounds complicated, but it's really just, it gives you a follow-up, because these are your main 2 links that you make. You don't really feel it doesn't really feel like I need to make other links. I've tried putting access code, I've tried putting Apollosa, Celine, all sorts of crazy things, and it's they just never come up. There's never a time where I have enough material and making them is better than what I could do if I don't make them. So I think a lot of people just don't understand how the deck actually wants to play, which is probably why you don't see too many people actually playing the deck. That's just my opinion, at least. The side deck is still kind of work in progress. I'm still trying to kind of track down a couple things. But for now, we are citing triple DD Crow, because I feel like Crow's actually just good against everything right now. I don't think there's really a bad matchup for Crow. But I don't know. Crow's weird, but in a good way. So I don't think I would take out Crow anytime soon. We got triple Curry card Divincarnate. This is mostly for things like Naturia Runic, because you can just sack off the Naturia Beast. It's also for like the decks that are putting out bigger boards than I can handle normally. I can just throw whatever I need to at them, bait out all their monster effects, and then just sack their entire board. Also, she is a fire for Purgatrio, if nothing else. Um, if nobody has an Ash, because sometimes you just don't see Ash. So right now, I have 1 Dark Ruler and 2 Ultimate Slayer. A friend has a 3rd Ultimate Slayer. I feel like Ultimate Slayer is just better overall. And that's also another reason why, like, the 2nd Artemis and the 2nd Morning Star are necessary. Is, like, if I need to get rid of a Link, I can send, like, an Artemis. And then, like, Alistair still has a Light Engrave to fuse with. Unlike Dark Ruler, not being able to chain monster, like, both of these monsters can't chain to, but also, like, I can send a Garura off of Ultimate Slayer, bounce their fusion, and then I draw a card. I actually was considering fitting a copy of the Other Entity Entis in here, because, again, it's just, like, it's removal on top of removal. I also was considering Dimensional Barrier in this spot, but just to kind of give me another go first card, but I'm still figuring that out. We've got triple Spell Fragrance, because we need to have some go first cards. In my mind, a good player will make me go first. Once they know what I'm on, and like they know that I'm on the blind second deck, they should make me go first. A lot of people do not make me go first, though, which is weird to me. So, like, but even then, like, even if I side for going first and I end up going second again, if I can at least play, like, having, like, the Spell Fragrance and having the, there can be only one, like, again, this can break boards. Anti-Spell is good for, like, slowing down recovery on turn 3. So, again, everything... excuse me. Everything has a function, I will say also, I had been playing for a little bit a 50 to 60 card build with, like, Diabell Star and Horus, and I think I just kind of got into a weird headspace where I wanted everything to work, because on paper it sounds like it should all work really well, but in practice, it didn't. And I kept losing against people that I never lose to, and like decks that I don't lose to normally. Like, Dark World's usually a pretty easy matchup for me, because I can, like, negate everything, or, like, they just put out big bodies, but then I can just, like, banish all their shit. And it just wasn't happening anymore, because I couldn't actually get to what I needed to get to. So... keep it simple, stupid. The rule of KISS. So I could have saved a bunch of money by not buying those cards, but I have other decks I can use them in, so it's not like it's a total waste. Worst case scenario, I can sell them. The Horror stuff is worth way more now anyway. So it's not like it's a bad thing. It was a learning experience, if nothing else. So yeah, definitely, like, I don't know, I need to kind of also, like, figure out the current format, because I do feel like this format's a little weird, in terms of, like, how decks function, and, like, because, like, Tier Limit is still a thing, Rescue Ace is a thing, Pearly's a thing, Unchained is a thing. I might have said Unchained twice there. I don't know. So it's weird. But yeah, I'm prepping for regional in December. It's like I think on the 2nd. So this is what I'm planning on taking. Whether it stays in this exact, the main deck is 44 cards as well. I don't think I mentioned that before, but the space is so fucking tight. Like, I cannot fit everything into 40. Like, I could take out the Droll, but then, like, Droll's a blowout card. Like, I don't think I need to explain to, like, the competitive players that know what they're doing, why Droll is good. You know, as long as the card is legal, I should run it. And then, like, if it's not good against certain decks, I can side it out. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with the deck. If you got any questions or feedback or anything like that, let me know. And make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye-bye.